recording live.
Ooh, do we get music?
It'll start in a second.
Welcome YouTube, welcome Live Space, welcome Kick.
Welcome,
Season 6,
everybody.
Episode 1, Popcorn Tribunal. Thank you for being here, guys. We appreciate it.
What was the time on that? Was that 6 minutes it took YouTube to work this time?
I don't know, dude. Fuck you,
Good Lord.
Sorry, mama. Blaha.
This is YouTube exclusively for my parents' viewing entertainment.
You know, they might like Live Space.
I am a monster, by the way.
I don't know.
Mr.
I just know
Catfish.
they've now done to YouTube on their TV, and so I think it's over. They were watching.
I'm
this on
sorry,
big
what's
screen.
a TV?
You know, a television.
Yeah, but I've never heard it called a TV.
The
Are
TV.
is this like an inflection thing? Like you're like, oh, what a weird way to say that.
Your inflection is on the wrong syllable.
Oh, okay.
No,
It's the emphasis. You fucking idiot.
Whatever. Your inflection was also emphasis.
I'm gonna emphasize your ass.
Are we good?
Yeah,
Are
we're
we
good.
Are we gonna get some music?
Cue the music,
it's,
bitch.
It's gonna start. I noticed on Kick we still have our promo code up. Is that still an active promo code
Which
Or-
promo code?
for Glitch and Panda?
Yeah, those promo codes are always active.
All right.
Always 20% off
I'll let
using
everyone-
code popcorn at glitchenergy.com. Glitch with a Y. I do have a special announcement for tonight only, so that will be forthcoming.
Oh,
I don't even know what this is.
Oh shit!
yeah. He bought a Jitterbug phone.
I did not buy a Jitterbug phone. It is
Yeah,
the
you did.
Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra.
He walked into the store and
Was
said,
the-
"I need something with bigger buttons."
Was the Jitterbug too expensive?
The Jitterbug only called 2 people, and I needed to be able to call your
He
mom.
only called 2 people, and one of them's 911.
He didn't like the your mom joke.
It's fine. I owned an Android 14 years ago too.
I work in technology. I wanted to have one for a year.
Well,
I bounce back and forth.
Well, you know, Chris, though, isn't it great? He can mix his own ringtones.
I can. I could do whatever I want. I believe I can fly too. I will not pee on you.
Jesus.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome tonight to Season 6, Episode 1 of Popcorn Tribunal, Season 6.
Hell yeah. Significantly
We made it
later
to
than normal.
6 seasons. Season 5 was our biggest season yet. Awards.
You're welcome.
Awards?
So excited. Yeah, you know about the awards.
Man,
I want some awards.
I wonder what...
Bitch, do you not read our Twitter?
I wonder,
can't even read.
I wonder what changed in Season 5 that made it so much bigger.
I started taking Viagra before every episode.
That's probably true.
I'm bricked
But
up
it was
like a
also
motherfucker. I'm sorry, Mom.
Maybe it was a blue chew.
Me.
Oh, stop it.
I'm the change.
Yes, you're the change.
I rescued this whole
How dare
operation.
you shit on Tyler like that? That's terrible.
No,
Literally did,
Tyler,
too.
Listen, Tyler, I love you.
No, but realistically, they
Like
say
Team
in
America
podcasts,
style,
they
honest-
say, Jesus Christ, they say in podcasts if after the 3rd or 4th season you haven't seen any sort of increase in growth or anything of that sort, that you need to change things up. And we changed things up, and we've started to see some growth.
And so we killed Tyler, and
Yeah.
we paid for his family to go
No,
live
Tyler
somewhere
is that
just
safe.
bought
some
a
kind of-
house.
is that
Tyler
hormone
has
therapy
a
then?
brand new baby.
That's the
we're
name
doing a
we put on-
housewarming in March. I'm going to go visit him. I'm super excited. So
That's the name Tony put on the burner account to pay Tyler's wife out.
exactly. Yeah. No, I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm sure you don't.
Yes.
His car is not in that lake. It's fine. Anyways, welcome to Popcorn Tribunal,
Jesus
everybody.
Christ. To the FBI agent monitoring our podcast.
They don't care.
Okay, so let's start off with a little bit of business. So for the 6th season, we have an official hot sauce sponsor of the podcast. That official hot sauce is Pup and the Pepper. Pup and the Pepper, winner of 2nd place at the Scoville Awards this year for their Scarlet Reaper hot sauce, which is
So good.
delicious. A little bit of vinegar, a little bit of heat, boom, together. Excellent. Love it in chili. I had it on some tacos the other night. It's delicious. I have an entire case of hot sauce at home for the guys. We're going to split it up.
But you
Pup and the
forgot
Pepper.
it.
I did.
Yeah, you did forget to bring it.
So-
I took a nap. I got up and I rushed out of the house.
Yeah.
I don't even know that my son knows that
Let's
I
just-
left
I
yet.
feel like you don't really care.
Let's just
sometimes.
clarify here real quick. Tony earlier today referred to me as chronically late.
Yay! And that's Popcorn Tribunal for tonight. Thank you.
Chronically late.
I
And
never
then
said you were chronically late.
You said I was chronically late and a bad
I did
friend.
not. However, in the mornings when you eat your eggs, you should put some Eleanor's Everything sauce on it.
That's true.
Here's the cool
Indeed.
thing about Pup and the Pepper. They have completely changed the look of the bottles. They're now all glass bottles instead of plastic bottles. I was fine with the plastic bottles, but I actually really like the look and feel of the glass bottles.
Because they're
Good
making
stuff.
bank with that delicious.
Yes.
Sauce.
So good. And they're
Sauce.
also going to thin up the Eleanor's Everything sauce a little bit so it will
okay.
pour perfectly through the glass bottles.
A lot easier to snort.
Really, really excited about it. The jalapeno lime is an all new formula now, and it's so fucking good. Have you ever had the green Tabasco?
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's very similar to that. So good.
Nice.
Check them out, pupandthepepper.com, at pupandthepepper on all social medias. Ryan and his partner, his husband, excellent job. We're super excited about the sauces for the season. So
We love them.
we'll talk more about them. This man has not tried the Eleanor's Everything yet.
Yes, I have.
Oh, you have? I did.
tried
I
the
brought you a
Eleanor's
bottle,
Everything and
didn't
the
I?
Scarlet Reaper.
So we're all going to have some bottles to pass around. And pupandthepepper.com. Oh, look at Maddie modding our chat. She's not.
Hey.
Hey, will you mod her real quick for me?
What do you want me to do to her?
Just type /mod and then her username.
On Kick?
Yeah. She is the greatest. Maddie
Welcome to
Hatter.
the team officially.
Yeah.
Maddie Hatter.
And again, Maddie, you don't
don't
have
get
to
paid.
you don't have to mod this chat, but you are welcome to be here, and I appreciate
Is it
what you
this
just
is on
did.
this is on Kick, right?
Yeah, this is
There
on
probably
Kick.
should be someone modding that chat.
It's done.
See, I stream on Kick every night, and I never have an issue. This man thinks he's funny.
I just like to
Thank you, sir.
make you sad.
Okay, so pupandthepepper.com, excited, check them out,
Yes.
tweet at them, tell them that you heard about them from us. We're trying to get them to put up some sort of a coupon code so that we can track how many of you guys are going over there and buying their product. For right now, though, I don't think their website is set up for it. But check it out. It's available nationwide. Good stuff. Really, really
Yeah.
good stuff. I'm a hot sauce fan. I love hot things. I had a habanero pickle
Yeah, you
before the
do.
broadcast tonight.
I'm eating them right now.
Took it like a champ.
It's a
Chris
three pepper.
did
It's
not.
habanero,
Chris did
serrano,
not.
and
Chris
something
was
else.
like, I'm bald and sweating.
No, I had one. It was nothing, and the second one was really good. I
Second.
love them when they're like death hot.
Yeah, no,
I love the rush from it.
Weird fact: Chris grows a new head of hair every night
Every
and
night,
lost
and
it.
then
It's
changes
crazy.
the next.
It is absolutely crazy. Okay.
A little more business. Let's talk a
missed
little
it.
more business. As you
Yeah.
can see, both Blaha and I are drinking
Our glitch.
our Glitch Energy this evening.
Hell
So, Glitch Energy, if you go to glitchenergy.com, they have some Revive Hydration, which is what Blaha is currently drinking. That is not a caffeine-driven or energy-based product. It is specifically formulated by a fitness company and tested by a third party to improve your hydration. That is what he is currently drinking really fast. So,
Yeah, it's true. It's because it's good. I really like it.
yes, this is a blackberry lemonade mix. There's also a raspberry lemonade. Maddie Hatter can vouch for that in chat. She is addicted to it.
She threw the link up there for us.
Yeah, she did.
Wow.
Or in our profile under the About section on Kick, there's actually a referral link that will show that you've come from the podcast, so we can use that one as well.
There you go.
So check them out. Glitch Energy is awesome. Their merchandise is excellent. I've got some sweatshirts coming for us so that we can wear them on the podcast.
Cannot
Yes.
recommend it highly enough. Very
Yes.
good. I like. I think so far my favorite is the Predator flavor.
So the Azure Energy is a brand new one. It's called Azure
Yeah.
Infusion. I think that's also a raspberry lemonade flavor, but that's caffeine. I have had some conversations about the flavor that I want. Haven't yet been approved for that, so we'll see. Fingers crossed. Maybe this is the year
So,
where we get our own popcorn flavor.
Keep your eyes out for popcorn flavored drink mix.
God.
No. It would be pomegranate punch.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Super
I
excited.
thought maybe it'd be like a movie theater candy kind of deal.
No, I don't want no.
'Cause it's
Chocolate
a movie
flavored
podcast.
energy
No,
drinks
not
are
chocolate.
weird.
They have a Nerds flavor,
That's
which
like-
is fantastic.
That's like peanut butter. Oh, I have the green apple flavored coming. I just ordered the green apple flavor. I'm super excited.
Well,
It's called
welcome to
Greenies.
our podcast where we just talk about how much we like to order and drink.
Well, I
mix.
mean, here's the benefit of listening to Popcorn Tribunal, right? We have partners because we have to pay for our podcast. And one of the benefits of the partners and one of the most important pieces of the partnership is that if we're not using the product, I don't want to rep it, right?
yes.
So Glitch, I drink. Michael is starting to drink it.
Oh, I drink it. I'm just out. I'm waiting
He's
for
out.
I'm waiting for more glitch to get
Waiting
here.
for more
I'm
Glitch
out of
to
it
get here.
currently.
So the other thing is part of the same family that Glitch is, the same fitness company manufactures our other partner, and that is Space Panda Delta Gummies. And he is not going to touch the bottles.
I kept
He's been
I
scolded.
kept picking
Don't
up
touch
the bottles and like looking at them and oh, these smell really good. And Chris just keeps coming into the room and finally looks at me
Rotating
and
them
goes,
back.
"I'll fucking kill you if you touch these bottles again."
So here's what I want to talk about. These are hemp-derived THC. This is Delta 9. This is Delta 8. This is a brand new product. Their Delta 8 products are finally out. This is Sex on the Peach. So it is a peach-flavored Delta 8 gummy. Personally, Delta 9 is a little more psychoactive. Delta 8 is a little more calming,
Sure.
a little more nerve management, a little more anxiety relieving. So there's both options for you available now. This is the special thing that I was talking about. If you use the code for the next 24 hours, Panda40, click on the link in our Kick profile down below, where you have the 20% off coupon code of popcorn. If you click on that link, use the code Panda40, you will save 40% off of your entire Space Panda Delta purchase.
Yeah.
That is
40%. That's double the standard 20%.
Holy
I
shit.
need to have a graphic for
Get
for
on
that.
it.
Yeah, so thank you, Space Panda, Panda40,
Yes.
SpacePandaDelta.com, or click the link in our Kick profile. I believe it's also on our LifeSpace profile. So
Okay.
I have not added it to YouTube yet. Personally, I would prefer to get away from YouTube, but Chris prefers it.
Again, YouTube exists only so my family can watch.
Hey,
this
and we
podcast.
love them. We love you, Mama and Papa Blaha.
Also, I
Absolutely.
think maybe my aunt. And
Oh,
Uncle
and
Ty?
Aunt
Possibly.
she's probably not a Blaha, but
Yes, though she is.
She is a Blaha.
Well, okay, not anymore, but from that side of the
There
family.
you go. From that side of the family.
You know what I mean.
So, anyways, thank you very much to our 3 primary partners: Pup and the Pepper, Space Panda Delta, and Glitch Energy. We love you. I do use my Lux bidet on a daily basis still,
He's
and
using
we
it
are
right now,
working on
actually.
converting this bathroom into our Lux bidet studio.
Yeah.
So that process is happening. It will be happening. I will do a live ad read with that bidet running on my cute little
That
bee
sounds
hole.
like a threat.
I'm so excited.
I will
about
say,
that,
I
dude.
still think the funniest thing you've ever done is sponsor your bathroom breaks on your stream.
Yeah,
by
Lux
Lux
Bidet
Bidet.
sponsors. Yeah,
Should get a
absolutely. If you do
Co-sponsorship from Taco Bell.
exclamation point dingleberries in my Tickle Buddies
Jesus.
chat, it brings up my 10% discount link for Lux Bidet.
Oh, buddy, because you'll
Yeah.
never have a dingleberry again if you're using a
Never. Never. It's the best stuff. All right, that's enough business. Let's get down to business. So for tonight,
Let me ask- Hey, everybody out there, how do we sound? Everything sound okay?
everything sounds fantastic, I think. Let's
Yeah.
see.
That's
Because
fine.
the filter that was always used on the audio output died, apparently. Just want to make sure everything's still working okay.
Are you
Is that
enjoying your food over there,
pickle
buddy?
I hear you
No,
munching on?
Is that
you
a pickle
Actually,
in your mouth, or are you
I
just
already
happy
ate
to
it.
see me?
I already ate it. My mouth was just watering from eating it.
Gotcha.
No, look, there's nothing in my mouth. Nothing.
Okay.
What are you gumming over there, you
I don't know.
monster?
I
Get
already-
off
I-
him.
He
I did
also
my
knows
gumming
how I
earlier.
feel about listening to people eat. So
I-
will
I
come
did
through
too.
that fucking.
I
No, my
hated
mouth
it.
is literally just watering.
What's more of a nightmare for you? Do you
Maddie
think?
says we sound great over on Kick. So what's more of a
What's
nightmare?
more of a nightmare for you, to hear someone chewing through these headphones, or if you heard the goofy laugh?
Please
just
don't
kicking
chew
out?
through
Oh,
my
the
headphones.
chewing.
Okay.
100%. I've been acclimated enough to the goofy shit. I've had enough people give me a hard time.
It's like, you know what? It is. It's unfortunate because you could look at someone and be like, "Oh yeah, this is kind of scary for me," and because it's a little silly, everyone's like, "Oh, I'm gonna just make your life."
I'm
hell
just
about
gonna
it."
send Tony pictures of Goofy. Yeah.
I've never done that.
Is that what you call it now?
Excuse me? How many did you tape up around my desk when we worked
yeah.
together?
What are you guys taping up behind your
Oh,
desk?
yeah.
Pictures of Goofy?
Pictures of Goofy.
You piece
Oh.
of shit.
Which was funny because I pretended not to have done it and then helped him put up pictures of, I think it was Michael Myers that scared our other coworker.
Mhm.
So I just got both people, and I have no fear, so there's no way to get
Yeah.
me.
He had Michael Myers and Michael Bolton posters.
All right, let's get on to the meat of the podcast. Thank
Yes.
you so much for being here. Thank you so much
a
for
great
listening to us
podcast
talk
name.
about our
Damn it.
partners. If not for our partners, we wouldn't be able to do the show. Also, Coffee Dudes Coffee is Chris's hand roasted coffee. He rubs his hands together till they get really warm, puts some coffee beans between them, throws them in a bag. Guess what? There's your hand roasted coffee beans. No, seriously though. CoffeeDudesCoffee.com, delivery service. So good. I love the coffee. I'm not much of a coffee drinker, but his coffee does not have the bitter taste that you're going to get when you buy the stuff off the store shelf. Does not have the bitter taste that you're going to get from the stuff you get from the Siren Company.
And if you want for free,
Siren Company?
if I deliver to your house,
I gotcha.
I will for free come in and roast your coffee equipment.
So he's going to stand there. He's going to
Double
look and go,
roast.
oh, so you think Black & Decker knows how to make good coffee? That was a roast.
Yeah, that's
Good.
pretty bad.
Okay.
God.
Anyways,
So,
make sure
Roast or sarcasm.
our
not so much.
professionally trained and certified sound engineer, Chris, has some amazing coffee at CoffeeDudesCoffee.com. So go check that out. Now, on to business.
Yes.
The other business.
Because this is not a
get lost?
podcast in which we just talk about our lovely partners.
Also, we do live reads. This is live. We are not reading these commercials pre-recorded and then implementing them into the audio. This is why we broadcast our live recordings of the podcast.
I've been practicing this exact commentary all day.
Eventually,
How did I do on the lip sync? Was that good?
Yeah, no, looks great.
Yeah, it looks
they
good,
can't
okay.
even tell that this was an ad for
Yeah.
something completely different.
This is
Yeah,
actually
originally.
completely pre-recorded, and we're just kind of going
Okay,
along with
and are
it.
we ready to switch to the live feed now?
This was for Raid Shadow Legends. I can't
Raid
believe
Shadow
you
Legends.
waylaid it into.
Dude,
Puff of the
I
Pepper.
got a Streamlabs sponsorship opportunity for Genshin Impact.
Oh,
I love
Gesundheit?
that game. Like, I would
I've never
do
played
that.
it, but I've seen like plenty of
They're
streams.
trying to
of it.
pay me like $250 to play the game on stream.
Do
Fucking
it.
A right, I'll do it. I love that
Good
game.
job,
buddy.
All right, anyways.
Anyways, yes.
All right.
So,
So, movie news time.
well, do we want to start with movie
No,
news, or do
we're
we want to
starting
start
with-
with your special letter to the audience?
No, we're doing that at the end.
Okay. Stay tuned for the to the end of this to see
Yes.
Tony's face go beet red in an anger way, not an embarrassment way.
Hey, it's
either.
not even anger, it's disappointment.
You know what? I can agree with that. Yes.
Yep.
So movie news. Hold on, I should have pulled this up ahead of time. Where's my notes app?
He's
Okay.
disappointed at my John Hughes comment earlier. Man, that
Yeah,
thing
that's
is
fair.
kicking in.
That's
I'm having
fair.
trouble speaking.
Chris hates 16 Candles.
I don't hate it. No, it's just my least favorite of all of his movies. It's not a bad movie.
Name another John Hughes movie.
Pink Flamingo.
Uncle Buck.
Okay, he did it.
That's my favorite.
Did you say Pink Flamingo?
What's your record for consecutive questions asked? Go ahead.
All right.
I'm a
So-
kid. It's my job.
Macaulay Culkin.
What do we got to talk
Best.
about here? Some movie and gaming news. If you know me, you know there's one thing I love more than anything in the world. More than
I
my
almost
whole.
did the Superman theme song. That's hilarious.
It's not Superman. There's one thing I love more than anything in the whole world. More than my whole family. More than anyone I have any emotional ties to.
Penis.
Cocoa Puffs?
And that's Star Wars.
Oh, Star Wars. I
Damn
knew I was
And-
second guess.
The week.
No, Crunch Berries.
The
Wait.
week after we said, hey, let's take a little extended break between seasons, wouldn't you know, it was a week full of Star Wars movie news that I couldn't scream about.
Thanks, Disney.
Yeah. Thanks, Kathleen Kennedy. I'm just kidding.
House
She's
of
great.
Mouse.
House of Mouse. So,
So I'm seeing a pop-up that Disney just bought YouTube
Oh, God.
and Kick. And
That explains why it doesn't work.
I see a little pop-up that says, "You're next, huh?
Uh-huh.
Huh?"
you can suck my balls, huh?
Jesus, stop it. We still want to go to their screenings.
I do
Jesus.
desperately, yes. I'll leave this podcast in a heartbeat if it means I get to
Disney
go to
owns
Star Wars.
90% of the
He
movie
will
studios.
Literally,
Shut your face.
he will murder us live.
I won't just leave
on
the
air.
podcast. I will straight up skin these motherfuckers
Okay,
alive.
Star Wars news. Let's
Anyways,
do this.
So
His teeth.
obviously there has not been a Star Wars movie
In
since 2019.
2019,
So December of
almost
2019.
5 years.
Well, we're on the other end of the year from that. But so about 4 years since there's been a Star Wars movie. We're finally getting kind of a clear picture about when we're going to have
so
Star Wars
excited
in
about
theater
one of
again.
these. I'm so excited about one of
I
these.
wonder which one it's going to be. So kind of it looks like the tentative schedule that we're going with right now is 2026, early 2026 will be
Season 6 of Yellowstone. That's right. Oh, wait. Sorry,
Isn't it
go
the
ahead.
second half of season 6 even?
Second half of Season 5.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Early 2026 they're looking at The Mandalorian and Grogu, and that is the name of the movie.
All right, let's talk a little bit about disappointment. how many seasons are we into with The Mandalorian?
Three just
It
ended.
took too long to get a movie.
Mhm.
It
You
should
think
have
so?
started with a movie and continued in a series.
Do you think
Now
so?
we have a
I do.
problem.
Why do you say that?
What's the problem?
No, to keep going. I mean, it's all related.
That's my feeling on it. I feel like we should have had a movie, a Mandalorian movie, and then continued into
My
the
thing
series.
is, I'm excited that there's going to be a movie, and I'm excited to see it in a movie theater. My worry is that I don't think this was ever meant to be a movie, but I think
Right, and that's where I think like The Mandalorian could have been a movie.
Sure.
Right? And then the series could have been about Grogu.
Sure. I just my biggest worry, and it seems like something that a lot of people are kind of considering, is just that Disney. I mean, Disney's obviously had some pretty terrible box office lately.
Well, they need an IP that works.
yeah,
Yeah.
And so my worry is that this is a story that was meant to be a season of a show and is now going to get crammed into a movie.
And so we're gonna miss out on a season.
You're gonna miss out on a season, and it's gonna maybe the pacing isn't gonna feel right. I'm gonna stay optimistic.
But it's gonna give
about it.
Pedro Pascal an opportunity to actually do
Yes.
something that's not a
Yeah.
40-minute recorded episode.
So I think there's definite there's benefits to it going to a movie. I'm trying to be a little realistic and be like, this might not be exactly what the original.
There's a
plan
big
was,
enough
but-
fan base that I think it'll work. The reviews
Yes.
and the conversations after are going to be the negatives.
Yes.
I think, in my opinion,
Yeah, no, I agree with you. So now we go from not enough Star Wars movies.
including our conversations about it. Okay, go ahead.
We go from not enough Star Wars movies to
To the big one, baby.
something you're never gonna hear me say again, and you're gonna be shocked to hear me say. Too much Star Wars movies.
Oh,
Because in December or late 2026, we have the Rey
The
movie.
word is many. Too many.
Too
many
much Star Wars
Too
Star
many
Wars
Star
movie
Wars.
make too much.
Jesus.
We
Here
have
it
the
is.
Ray. We have the Ray movie, which I will say is the
There's
one
a
I'm
co-host position open. I will check your grammar prior
Huh.
to approving you.
do you want to hear my idea?
Too many
For
Star
the
Wars
movie?
movies.
Oh yeah, what's your idea?
So my idea for the next Star Wars movie, you can save Disney some money since they want to live action everything, all the old classics.
Origin story, Jabba the Hutt.
No. The Emperor's New
Guillermo
Groove.
del Toro was working on that.
The Emperor's New
Shut
Groove.
your mouth.
It's not going anymore. But
The Emperor's New Groove.
The Emperor's New Groove. We're gonna do
live
a
action.
Shut
we're
your
going to do a
mouth.
crossover live action of The Emperor's New Groove and mix that with Star Wars.
Instead of David Spade, you have hello.
But we're still using Patrick. What's his name? Dang it.
Patrick Warburton.
Yes.
God,
God, I love that man.
Chris, can you turn off his mic, please? Oh wait, that's you.
Oh, wow.
The Emperor's New Groove as a live action movie, I would
As a
fuck
Star
with.
Wars crossover.
Not even the Star Wars crossover. I would fuck with Patrick Warburton playing that character in a live action movie. Absolutely. Okay, back to
Anyways,
Star Wars.
So we have the Ray movie allegedly set right now to come out in late 2026.
yes,
Which again,
I'm excited about.
that's the
this.
one I'm the most excited about. Ray is my favorite Star Wars character.
Yes.
I love.
And
the
Daisy
sequels.
Ridley said she was done with the Star Wars universe, and the writer, the director, went to her and said that they wanted her
Yes.
to lead and be the tour de force for this movie.
Yes.
I'm so excited
I
about that.
could not be more excited. The sequels are my favorite trilogy of Star Wars movies.
Uh,
Ray is my favorite character. I cannot
Yeah.
wait to see that come back. My worry and why I say too much Star Wars is because this is what happened when Last Jedi came out and then Solo came out like 7 months later. Not even 7. I think it was maybe 6
yeah, but
months.
Solo was a piece of shit.
Solo, you're so
Oh my
fucking
God,
wrong.
you're broken.
You're so fucking wrong.
I
about
watch that one all the time.
You know what? On the drive over, I said I wasn't gonna rant about Star Wars. I said I'd keep it concise because we had to shorten the show up a little bit tonight.
Well, the ride
But
home's
this
going to
is
be a little more
your
fun,
fucking
isn't
fault.
This is an
your fucking
intervention
fault that
right
this is
now.
happening right now. Solo is top 5 Star Wars movies, and if you don't agree with that, we're gonna kill you. We're gonna kill you right now, live on air.
I have a gun in here. It's loaded. It's actually pointed at you. It's mounted to the bottom of my desk.
Disney is
Great.
texting me right now. They're activating me. They're sending me my Winter Soldier words to fucking.
So help me God, if
fuck you
Disney
up.
does a crossover with the Emperor's New Groove, I'm suing the fuck out of
They're
them.
not gonna do that.
Okay.
Anyway,
Love you, Disney.
so those are
don't.
the only two that are on the schedule right now. I can't believe you don't like Solo. I'm really having trouble getting over this.
It's not type 5. It's not top 5.
We're gonna talk about this on a live stream because I will. Take
Oh, are you
over.
actually going to join
I'll
a
get
live
on a stream just to tell you how
Okay.
fucking stupid you are about this opinion. Beyond what is already scheduled, though, there's still a bunch of other Star Wars movies out there. There is Josh Trank has a Dawn of the Jedi
Josh
movie.
Trank of,
I'm drawing a blank
Yeah.
immediately.
of course.
Don't even.
I have no
Jeez.
idea either. So
Of
it's just
course.
testing him.
But no, so we've got a Dawn of the Jedi movie. That's
Isn't Josh Trank a writer?
and director.
Hmm.
IMDb him. Look him up right now. I'm talking.
I don't even know if I have IMDb installed on this
That's
phone.
fair.
Go
You know,
ahead.
there's also a website, right?
Does Jitterbug
IMDb,
have
just
its
put
own app store?
IMDb.com.
Keep talking.
Anyways, so there's the Dawn of the Jedi movie. Ryan Johnson still allegedly has a trilogy in the works, which I would be excited about because I love
Dude,
The Last
Rogue
Jedi.
Squadron. I'm so excited.
And that
for.
movie's
I
not
hope it
happening
happens.
anymore. That
No,
movie
it's
is-
still on the plate.
It's 10, maybe. I don't have any faith at that
Dude,
one's
a
happening.
Kathleen Kennedy Rogue Squadron. Come on.
You know what? I like that. I can forgive a little bit that you don't like Solo because you do like Kathleen Kennedy, and that woman deserves more
What's his name?
credit.
Josh Trank?
Josh Trank.
He wrote Fantastic Four from 2015.
Oh, you know what? Hold on. I'm confusing my Star Wars movies. He is not the one doing Dawn of the Jedi. He was doing the original Kenobi, I think, and then got booted off of it because he sucks.
Oof.
But so then beyond that, we do have, like I said, the Ryan Johnson's got a trilogy out there, and then there's one. Taika Waititi has an indeterminate number of Star Wars movies.
Taika Waititi has an original story
Yes.
in the Star Wars universe with introducing a new original cast.
Yes. You know what? I think that could be pretty good. I do worry a little bit that Taika Waititi has become a little bit too much Taika Waititi lately. But I'm excited about it. I think I'm excited that there are like Star Wars movies on the horizon again. It's James Mangold who's doing the Dawn of the Jedi movie. Sorry,
Gotcha.
very, very different. Josh Trank.
Definitely not Josh Trank.
No, Josh Trank was apparently fucking up the Kenobi movie pretty hard and got booted off of that, and then that got turned into a TV show. So,
Which was glorious.
do you like the Kenobi show?
I do. I love the Kenobi show.
I can forgive you a little bit for your Solo opinions being so wrong because you do have a lot of correct opinions, but
Here's the one thing. Maybe my opinion about Solo is correct. You just have a different one, which we're allowed
That doesn't
to have.
sound right.
no, that's not correct.
Shut up, Chris.
There also is, speaking of Solo, Donald Glover is working on
Yes.
some kind of Lando project.
Lando Calrissian.
We don't know if it's going to be a show or a movie.
I've heard it's a TV show, and
Yeah,
that
that's what people are
FX is
leaning
trying
to.
to partner with Disney
Okay.
because Donald has some pull at FX
Yeah, 'cause
based
of
on
Atlanta.
I think Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that sounds like it'll be pretty good. He
It's
did
a
an
new
interview
audience
recently.
for Star Wars too.
Yeah.
That kind of generational change.
Yeah.
So
And he did do an interview recently and was like, he was very kind of committed to the project and talking about how forceful he is on set and maybe.
forceful. I see what you forceful.
So you're welcome.
Did you say it's going to be on FX?
I heard that FX is trying to work with Disney,
trying
so
to
it would
option
be
it.
like a cross.
Another crossover. They
Yeah.
should do It's Always Sunny in Cloud City.
Oh my god.
I swear to
Chris,
God.
I hate you so much. So I mean, beyond that though, there's we've gotten some more concrete details on TV shows too that are coming for Star Wars. The Acolyte is supposed to be coming. Just today, hot off the press, they leaked a possible air date of June 5th. So that could be
Hot off the press, they leaked a possible air date
Yes.
June 5th.
Okay.
Okay. It just feels there was like a 85 words. And
That was some information that came out today. It's a possible leak. It hasn't
is
been
the
confirmed.
Acolyte the one that has the green girl from Ahsoka that was in Suicide Squad? Or not Suicide Squad, the Harley Quinn movie.
What?
What's her name?
I don't know. No, I know Amanda Stenberg is the lead on the Acolyte.
Okay, then the answer is no.
And
to
then
my question.
the main guy from Squid Game as well.
Oh, okay.
And then it's got a pretty decent cast. The kid that played you didn't watch Game of Thrones, did you?
I own every single season in Ultra 4K.
The kid that
Fuck
played
off.
Tommen Baratheon is going to be a Jedi.
No way!
Yeah.
Nice.
So I wonder how he'll be horribly murdered. 'cause
He's also
that's-
like 12 years older than he was in that show. So
yeah. So there's some good stuff on the.
wait, Chris had something to comment.
I haven't seen any of
Yeah, keep talking. We
Game
don't
of
care what
Thrones.
he's talking about
Oh
right now.
really?
It wasn't on purpose.
Christopher.
I just had very young children when it was like coming out. So,
So did I. Fuck it, dude.
Yeah,
Put
they
'em
don't
to
know what
bed.
they're-
did not
know
have
what
an
they're looking
infant.
at.
I had 3 infants in a row while that show was on.
That feels like it's a you problem.
Yeah, what the
bitch.
hell, man? It sounds like you were doing some Game of Thrones shit.
right.
It was
Only
awesome.
She wasn't your sister. Go ahead.
Oof.
God damn.
Okay. So yeah, there's some good Star Wars on the horizon.
He
As
said,
well as
"God damn."
I did tell you on the way over here that the original Battlefronts are being re-released. So I'm very excited about
Okay,
that.
clarify to those of our audience who are not gamers what you're talking about.
Star Wars Battlefront. Was
One
like-
of the few good Star Wars games.
Okay, again, see, you say a stupid thing, and now I can't like you anymore. Star Wars Battlefront was probably the kind of like original like Star Wars game for a lot of people my age.
Oh, your age, huh?
Yes, because you guys
Jesus.
were in your 20s in the 90s when there were some other ones coming out.
No.
no,
I was not in my 20s in the
Chris
90s.
Chris was definitely not in his.
The 30s. The original the original Battlefront I think was
Wow.
Who do
2003.
you think is older here, me or Chris?
Well, I mean, you were in your 40s in the 90s. so-
Fuck off,
Tony
Mama Blaha. I thought you raised him to be nicer than this.
It's actually, I know for a fact that in 1999, Tony attended his retirement party at a premiere screening of The Phantom Menace. So,
You better close those legs because I'm about to ball tap you.
anyways, the Star Wars Battlefront was a
Neck
kind of like open map
Just spit on
shooter,
me.
like a first person shooter.
Spit on me,
Did I?
baby.
Spit.
Stop it.
Uh,
So weird.
And it was big because you could kind of either all the different worlds
was
and different
big,
eras.
yes.
Everyone was very into that game. They kind of soft relaunched it in 2015.
How many versions are there? 3?
So there was 2 in the original line, and then there was like a PSP port
Gotcha.
of what would have been Battlefront 3.
So are they remastering and re-releasing them?
Nope, just a straight re-release. So it's just like the old style, old graphics and everything. So it'll probably run like shit,
Yeah.
but it'll be super fun to go back to. But it is a collection where it comes with both of them, and I think it's like $30. So
Great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
it'll be fun.
$30 that I can spend on tacos.
Oh my god,
I love tacos.
son of a bitch. Let's
Did
see
you
what
just call
other.
my mama bitch?
Wow.
Ah man, I was about to say yes, but I know you're gonna
My
turn on
mom's
me.
dead.
I know.
bro.
What else do we
Really?
got? Gaming, movie, and gaming
Really?
news.
So you know how old I am?
What,
The original
76?
Star Wars for Nintendo, like 8-bit Nintendo.
yes.
I remember like getting that when it came out.
I do remember playing that game.
Do you know
on
what my
the Super
favorite Star
Nintendo.
Wars game was?
What?
The one in the arcade where you sat inside the little cube and you
Oh,
did
okay.
the run on the.
So
The
I have like the
Trench Run?
greatest
The
memory of
Trench
that
Run.
game.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I remember sitting and playing that game while in the background in the other room, my parents were watching Saturday Night Live, and it's got like all the '90s people like Dana Carvey, all those guys. Like
Samurai
so
Chef.
forever, like the sound of those skits goes with the memory of playing that game, and I love it. Yeah, I love everything
Whenever
about
Chris sees the trench run, he hears Dana Carvey in the back.
it.
And then you never played a Star Wars game since because you think that there's no good ones.
You didn't play Dark Forces in the '90s?
Oh, I love Dark Forces.
That was my favorite. I was obsessed.
I played.
I have it, like, I have an emulation of
Perfect Dark Zero.
That's not the same thing.
Zero Dark.
No,
30.
Dark Forces is fantastic. If you ever like Doom, you'll like
007.
Dark Forces.
I've got my Kyle Katarn action figure at home from the 90s in the original package.
Oh my god!
It's not in the
You have
package
an
anymore.
action figure? Do
I
you
have-
play with it?
So, yes.
Hey,
I
Mike,
have
what you doing
so
later?
many action figures.
You want to go talk?
You want to see my Kyle Katarn? So, anyways,
Do you wanna see
that's my
my
Star
Jabba the
Wars
Hutt?
bit. That's all. Oh yeah, no, you.
I can make the Kessel run in 5 parsecs.
5. God, you're an idiot. It's 12. Anyways,
I know. I'm faster.
Guillermo del Toro did come out in an interview and say he was making a Jabba the Hutt origin movie,
Oh boy.
and it was just too weird for Lucasfilm.
Right, like a little blob grows into a bigger blob. That's fucking weird, man.
But Guillermo del Toro doing it would have been.
Pizza the
Come
Hut.
on.
I don't know, dude.
It would have been fun. It
would
wouldn't have been great, though.
space ballsy. Exactly.
Yeah.
Chris. Yeah.
Speaking of movie and gaming news, kind of the blend of the two. What do you think of the Borderlands trailer that came out today?
I'm so stoked.
Are you?
I had a real issue with Kevin Hart because in the game Roland is this massive like hulking figure and Kevin
Yeah.
Hart is definitely not that.
No, he's a little guy.
But seeing him in the trailer, I think it works.
Okay.
It works. I'm excited about Jack Black as Claptrap.
Jack Black's
um,
fucking funny and
But
everything.
yeah,
So.
but I'm super. To be fair, Kate Blanchett is my only question mark.
Really?
Yeah.
It kind of felt in the trailer. She was kind of dry. She wasn't very like.
Well, okay.
She wasn't as
so
emotive as all the
character
others.
that she's playing is kind of dry until the specific moments when
Okay.
the Force takes over, right? Because she's a siren.
The Force.
What I love, Jamie Lee Curtis seems to have Tanis down. I'm super excited about that.
See, I don't know anything about the characters because I don't like
Because you
Borderlands.
didn't like the game.
I played the first maybe couple of hours of the first Borderlands and I just wasn't into it.
Borderlands is a great game.
Ariana Greenblatt seemed awesome.
Ariana Greenblatt as Tiny Tina looks pretty great.
She seemed funny. I mean, and I loved her in Ahsoka.
And Tiny Tina is
in
one of my
Barbie,
favorite characters from the game. So.
Is she? Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, I thought from the perspective of someone who's never.
It was actually a ringtone on my iPhone.
Oh really?
Yeah.
From the perspective of someone who's
Does what now?
She likes to blow shit up.
Oh,
Tiny
gotcha.
Tina. Yeah.
As someone who's never played the games through, I thought the trailer seemed okay. I was like, this seems like it'll be fun enough.
Well, you have a benefit of not playing the games through too, so that's kind of a positive.
Sure.
Especially now that you're associated with a podcast that has to do with video games and movies, right?
Yeah.
So you're motivated to go see the movie, which gives you an opportunity to actually learn something about the Borderlands world without having the complaints of saying, "Oh, it doesn't look like it's Borderlands 1, 2, or 3, blah blah blah."
Sure.
Also, Randy Pitchford did kind of hint at the fact that there may be a Borderlands 4 video game coming from too.
Oh, okay.
That just happened today, so I'm pretty stoked about that. So.
I will say too, the one I don't see anyone talking about though, but whoever, I can't remember the guy's name, but he's the big masked dude in the trailer.
Yes.
And he was in Shang-Chi. I love that guy. I don't know his name.
He was also the boxer in Creed 3.
Oh yeah,
the boxers in Creed.
Wasn't
3.
he like Drago's kid or something like that?
Not in Creed 3.
Oh no,
he was just one of the other boxers.
But you know, I don't remember that guy's name, but I loved him in Shang-Chi. So
yeah, I don't remember the character's name. He's a psycho, but he's a big psycho.
Gotcha.
But yeah, no, I'm excited about that. It's been a long wait, so
yeah, that movie kind of went through development.
Well, Eli Roth was originally directing it.
Oh.
Yeah. And then I think he left the project or got fired. I don't know who the director is that finished it off, but
yeah, I'm not 100% sure.
It definitely looks like it's going to fill the world. One of the biggest things about Borderlands is there's millions of weapon combinations.
Sure.
So you'll have a same base model weapon, but it has different perks and different abilities. And in the trailer, you see Cate Blanchett's character firing like an infinity pistol, which doesn't require a reload. And so it's kind of cool that they kept some of that, part of it.
It's kind of like the same thing when we saw the D&D movie, and I was like, there's so many little things in this that are holdovers from the game that I see, and
when
I'm
they talked about Baldur's
shit.
Gate,
and like I see that, I'm like, oh my god, and you're like, okay, it's just part of the movie, and then I feel like it's gonna be the same thing when we go see this. You're gonna be like, oh fuck, there's that gun I love, and I'm like, that's a gun, that's sick, that's awesome.
Yeah, no, there's gonna be a bouncing Betty grenade and things of that stuff that I know from. The other thing about the games that was really cool is they encourage you to mod them.
Oh, okay.
So there's a big modding culture around Borderlands, and so it's been pretty cool. I made a grenade that was a bouncing Betty that you throw it bounces up into the air, and then it rains down 20,000 frost grenades, so it looks like it's snowing. The problem is if you don't have a good video card, it lags out your PC.
Yeah,
because
you don't have a good video card,
20,000 of them explode.
You're done.
But it was amazing.
You want to hear a sad story?
No, I don't.
Of course.
I just remembered something that's absolutely horrible to hear. My dad bought one of the original Han Solo blaster toys in 1978. And I used to play with it as a kid, and I'm pretty sure I broke the end off of it, like the barrel off of it. But I think it's still in their basement somewhere. That would have been worth a
lot,
freaking fortune.
Good job bringing the mood down there, buddy.
Would have been worth it.
Good job. I have a spare copy of Borderlands 2, the Ultimate Edition.
Oh, sure.
That you have an Xbox, right?
Xbox One?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That will still play Xbox games.
I think so, yeah.
I'll give it to you and let you take that and play it and see what you think, so you don't have to pay for it.
Okay.
I love it, especially on PC. When I was able to start playing it on PC, I really loved it.
Yeah.
So.
I think I have that.
And so then I think the last kind of thing we had, kind of bigger movie news, they finally announced the Fantastic Four for the MCU.
You know what? Let's touch on that in a second. There was one other thing that came out today.
Oh, yeah.
Elden Ring. They released a gameplay trailer for the Shadow of the Erdtree, which is the expansion. Long awaited. We all thought we were going to get it at the Game Awards. We did not get it.
Yeah.
I am an Elden Ring nut. That was my first Dark Souls game.
Sure.
And I'm a completionist when it comes to video games. And a buddy of mine sent me a link that had all of the weapons and how to get them. So I was almost done with the game, and I went all the way back.
He's like, I
got as many weapons as I can. So I'm excited to watch that website update with the new content, and then go try and collect it all. So I'm excited.
I have still not beaten the first boss.
Get on that.
I do own it.
Yeah.
And
maybe that's what you stream for your first stream.
I have a comical amount of playtime in that game for having not beaten the first boss yet. It's not good.
Well, so the thing that made Dark Souls, and kind of that game genre, it's almost it is a genre, Souls games,
like
right?
Soulsborne.
Is how difficult the bosses are.
Yes. Yeah.
There's a whole lot of dodging, a whole lot of rolling. Like, you have to do those things. The other thing is the games, surprisingly, on PC are made to be played with a controller.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that was a little unusual about the game, is that they have all been designed to play with a controller, which a lot of people didn't like at first, but then as the Souls universe expanded, it kind of became par for the course.
I can't imagine trying to play those games with a keyboard.
Right?
It'd be rough.
It's like trying to drive a car in Call of Duty.
I'm really good at driving on a keyboard.
Yeah.
I'm
or
only
GTA.
good at it.
Like, how do people do that?
I'm
good at
amazing
it
in GTA.
Halo. I'm really good on keyboard and mouse driving in Halo, but that's it.
So GTA is great because you use your regular, the ASD, whatever, but then you use the number pad to control how the car like pitches itself if you like jumping in the air.
Yeah, that's too complicated.
And throwing it around corners. No, it's a ton of control. It's fantastic.
That's great. You enjoy that. I'm not.
I love it.
No.
I smoke everybody.
I'll bet
you. That's great for you, buddy.
All right, so that's news.
Wow.
Yes, awesome. Let's talk about the last piece, though, right?
Yes.
So, kind of as the meat of this episode, let's have a conversation around this. So, they announced the Fantastic Four casting.
Yes.
So you've got Paul Mescal is Johnny Storm, isn't it? What's his name?
Joseph Quinn.
That's right, Joseph Quinn, the guy from
Stranger Things.
Paul Mescal was in the running, but the guy from Stranger Things. The Metallica.
I think he's Eddie in Stranger Things.
He died.
Yeah.
So he's not.
Oh,
in the
spoiler alert! Yeah.
Well, whatever.
If
you watch Stranger Things and you don't know this yet,
Whoops.
he's not in the next season. Let's put it that way.
So yeah, we know we've got Joseph Quinn, who's kind of coming off Stranger Things. People liked him a lot.
Yeah.
We've got, and I don't know that I'm going to say this right.
The older brother or the cousin from The Bear.
Yes, Ebon Moss Backrack.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, he's great on The Bear.
He's playing the Thing.
Yes. Ben Grimm, the Thing.
Ben Grimm, which it'll be interesting to see if they have him as a character.
Yeah.
Without the body.
Yeah, like how much of the movie will be pre. Yeah, I don't know. I
like him. I think he's good. So
yeah,
I like
he'll
him.
be fun
it's
for
a
that.
good choice.
Vanessa Kirby playing Sue Storm.
I'm down with that casting. 100%.
You're
and
down with
the cool
Vanessa
thing
Kirby,
is Vanessa Kirby was always like top of the list for everybody for that role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think she'll do great for that. I mean, I did like her in Mission Impossible last year. So
yeah.
Be fun.
That was her second Mission Impossible movie.
I don't remember what other one she was in, but I know she was in another one.
Yeah, that's why she was familiar with Ethan.
Yeah.
Because they had been in a previous movie together.
And then, of course,
she was also in the Rock and Jason Statham Fast and Furious movie.
Oh, Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
The best part of this cast.
Oh, yeah.
The greatest thing that's happened.
No, I disagree. But go ahead.
Pedro Pascal is Reed Richards.
All right, let's clarify one thing. I love Pedro Pascal.
Who doesn't?
But what I love about Pedro Pascal is how he plays dumb.
Okay.
Right? And Mr. Fantastic is the smartest man alive.
Sure.
That is his thing. He also happens to be a little stretchy. And so
a little.
Part of what is so appealing about Pedro Pascal is he plays what's the Nicolas Cage movie that he was just in where he was the billionaire?
The Massive Weight of Unbearable Talent, something like that,
right? Like what we loved about that is he was a little bit of a quirky billionaire, right? Yeah. That's what makes Pedro Pascal to me so likable and so intrinsically fulfilling as a character, right?
Sure.
When he hosted SNL or when he guest starred on SNL was probably the best that SNL's been in years.
Yeah, no, that was him and Adam Driver both are my favorite.
Did you see when Bad Bunny was hosting and Marcelo Hernandez did the Coming Home to See My Aunt and Pedro Pascal came out as well, so he was his mother again?
Yeah, no.
Oh my God, dude, funny shit. But to me, it's that character. Now, granted, I haven't watched Last of Us yet. So
Okay.
that would be his first real dramatic turn that I've seen.
Mandalorian.
So I'm intrigued to see how he plays the character.
Yeah.
Because kind of the dumbness. Well, yeah, but in The Mandalorian, he's helmeted
That's fair. That's fair.
consistently.
I think you'll have more confidence in him after The Last of Us because that's why I have
Yes,
a lot of
but the
confidence
problem
in
is
that
I
one.
thought John Krasinski was perfect for the role.
I did too. I really liked John Krasinski in.
And if they had done John Krasinski and Emily Blunt as those two, I
Would've
think
been
it would
fun.
have been perfect.
I really liked John
But I like
Krasinski
Vanessa
in,
Kirby. Let me clarify
yeah.
that.
I really liked him in Multiverse of Madness. That's still one of my favorite MCU movies post Phase 3, you know? Or probably in general, honestly. That one was really good. But yeah, I was a little sad that it wasn't going to be John Krasinski, but it's hard to be sad about Pedro Pascal.
Well, I also think John Krasinski's on a different path.
Sure.
I think he's more into the movie making side of
He's
things
too busy
now.
being a CIA asset.
Yes. Not anymore. That was his last season. So.
Yeah, that's the CIA cut his
But he's got
contract
3
now.
new movies coming out.
Yeah.
So
He's plenty busy. It's not like
he's writing and
suffering
directing a
for
ton
it.
of stuff, which is great. I mean, we're not losing Krasinski. We just lose
No,
his
no,
Mr.
no, no.
Incredible.
Yeah, no, he's not suffering for it.
Mr.
for
Incredible.
Sure.
What the
Mr.
fuck?
Fantastic.
Mr. Fantastic.
You're thinking of the.
So,
Incredibles.
I mean, I love Pedro Pascal, so I'm excited, but at the same time, I'm like, how is he going to do it? So maybe I need to watch The Last of Us and kind of look at a more dramatic turn. Because I feel like the original Reed Richards, I don't remember his name, who played him
the
in
actor,
the original one.
it's like Johan Gruffed.
I liked his demeanor
Yeah.
as
He
that
was- yeah.
character. He very much matched kind of the energy of the comic book character.
Yeah, I don't think the cast for that original Fantastic Four was bad.
Do you know that Chris Evans has played 3 different characters in
So
the MCU?
Johnny Storm, Captain America, and what's the
I
third
don't
one?
remember who the third one was, but there is a third one.
I have heard that statistic.
Maybe our producer can look that up and find out who the third one
Get
was.
on it, Chris.
What?
Chris
I have no way. I
Evans-
can't text it to you now, though.
Just say
But
it
you
out
can
loud.
text
then.
it to Blaha,
Or you can just
No.
say it out
Nah,
loud.
that's not my job.
or you can just say it out loud. Space
ah,
Panda Delta's
ah,
kicking.
ah.
in.
Oh,
Probably the Scoville units coursing through his body are causing it.
They weakened his immune system.
What are your thoughts, though? I mean, so like obviously you love Pedro Pascal.
I
I love
do.
Pedro Pascal. That's my only question mark for this one.
I think purely because I've seen him in The Last of Us, I don't have any worry about it. If I hadn't seen him in The Last of Us yet, I'd probably be in the same boat as you.
So you agree that he's kind of known for being the dumb guy, funny.
He's kind of known for being like kind of like having like a goofy, weird presence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, other than like, you know, Mando, but you don't really see his face a ton in that. And even in that, in Mando, he's still kind of like,
He still has a dry sense of humor.
yeah,
too.
he's kind of like a goofy character. And like the running joke is always that Mando's too dumb to know he's in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like he's the only character in Star Wars who doesn't know it's Star Wars.
Yeah.
And like, well, look, it's just like, is this a bench? Like, what am I sitting on here? That kind of shit. And so I think he still kind of fulfills that role in that show too, but he is a completely different kind of thing in The Last of Us.
Yeah.
And it honestly was kind of, I wasn't sure he'd be able to portray that character because the character Joel from the games is kind of shockingly brutal. And I was like, there's no way he's going to be able to sell that like as much as I love him. And he killed it.
Yeah.
So
Well, I'll watch it and we'll have a different conversation about it.
Yeah.
So part of what we talked, so we originally had some plans to kind of go through the Oscar list, but I think we kind of covered that in the last episode
Yeah.
of season 5. So let's talk about dream castings.
yeah, because
Okay.
I mean, people have been dream casting the Fantastic
John
Four
Krasinski
for
ever.
ever.
So I want to look at some Marvel movies that may be outside of the MCU, and we can kind of talk about those.
Yeah.
I think first one we talked about was Ghost Rider.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
This kind of early era of Marvel movie before Disney picked anything
Right.
up and before there was Marvel Studios, and it's kind of a hit or miss time.
Yeah. Obviously, the seminal character was played by Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage.
Cage.
At the time, he was a hot commodity. He just come off of Con Air and those other things. Obviously, you know, he's who he is.
Sure.
I didn't hate him as the writer,
No.
but who, if that movie's made today, do you put in there? I know exactly who I'm putting.
Okay,
in
you
there.
go first because I'm still.
No, I want you to do
Okay.
it first because I know exactly.
See, I feel like
I don't know his actual name though, so I'm gonna look it up.
every time I see like a motorcycle thing now, I've been brainwormed to hell by how much I loved almost the entire cast of Sons of Anarchy. And so I just keep thinking like, man,
You think like Charlie?
I would love to see Charlie Hunnam on a motorcycle again, but on fire. Like kind of like the end of that show.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry, everybody. I don't know. That's just like that was the first thing I thought when we were talking about that earlier. I was like, man, I would actually love to see. I also just really like unapologetically like Charlie Hunnam, even though he's maybe not always the best. But I just love
Him and the Gentleman.
he was so fucking
Yeah,
good.
I was on board with that.
I love.
You know they're turning that into a limited series. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that.
Whatever. Are you still looking up?
All
the
right,
name
my
of the
fan
weird thing?
casting for Ghost Rider:
Yes.
Norman Reedus.
Oh shit, that's so good.
Right?
You couldn't remember Norman Reedus'
Daryl
name?
from The Walking Dead.
That
No, I
would be
couldn't.
that would be really good.
Yeah,
That's better than
I
mine.
think he would
That's-
be spot on for that. His personal mannerisms fit the character.
Yeah.
To a T.
That's better than mine. Yeah, that's.
I
a
think
good one.
I think that would be my dream casting.
You were right
for-
to make me go first because I would have just agreed with you.
Yeah, I'm sure.
No, that's a fucking killer one.
Yeah, so I think Norman. Yeah, I saw that Android. Yes, you did. Yeah, so I think Norman Reedus is. Oh, hey, let's ask a question now that Surprisingly Effective is in the chat.
Wow.
Chris and Blaha.
Yep.
In the movie Mamma Mia,
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Mamma Mia.
you have two characters: Meryl Streep's character,
Yes.
and then you have Amanda Seafood.
Seyfried.
Yeah, her character.
Yes.
In the movie Mamma Mia,
Yes.
who is the main character?
Amanda
Is it
Seyfried.
Meryl Streep or is it Amanda
It's Amanda
Seyfried?
Seyfried. I would say they're kind of like it's probably kind of a double billing like kind of thing.
Oscar
like
nominees, who's the supporting actor and who's the lead?
supporting would be Meryl Streep and lead would be Amanda Seyfried.
You know, I haven't seen that movie.
Fuck you, Chris.
Well,
Come on.
Chris, let me just I'll
It's
I'll,
actually a great
hold on.
movie. I
let
love
me,
it.
Let me,
I'll see it.
let me TLDR you because I think you could answer it based off of that. The whole plot of the movie is Amanda Seyfried has found 3 different candidates who could be her father.
Could be her father.
And she brings them all together to sort it out. And Meryl Streep is her mother and interacts with all these men and goes back through their relationships.
But the entire movie is based around the fact that Amanda Seafood is getting married.
It's around the premise of Amanda Seyfried is getting married and wants her real dad there to walk her down
Yes.
the aisle. So that's the inciting catalyst for everything.
Yes.
And the movie does focus on her
So
journey.
surprisingly effective, who is currently in our Kick chat,
Yes.
affectionately known as Wendy, believes it's quite the opposite. She
That
thinks
Meryl Streep is the main
lead
character?
So I then referred to the second movie in which it started off with Meryl Streep,
Yeah.
but then reverted back to her at a younger age, right?
Yeah.
That is definitely that character vehicle.
Yeah.
However, she wants to come on the podcast and debate these types of things with me.
She wants just to,
She
like,
says
specifically
that
to
she
debate
thinks
Mamma
that
Mia.
She thinks that she has multiple movies where we would disagree on the main character of the movie.
All right, I'll give up the mic for an episode for you to come on here and yell at Tony. That'd be funny.
But she wouldn't exist without Mary.
Just because Meryl is her
Here's
mother.
the thing.
Okay.
Here's the thing. You could cut.
Peter Parker wouldn't exist without Uncle Ben, but he died really early in the movie.
My
Spoiler alert.
my aunt agrees with us. Amanda
Your
Seyfried's
aunt
the main
agrees.
character,
There you go.
and my aunt's a very smart lady.
I mean, Wendy has 2 masters, so we can't exactly say
Yeah, but
she's
my-
not a smart lady.
My aunt's cooler. She could beat you in a fight.
I would say master's degrees, not masters. That just sounded really bad.
master.
She has 2 masters. Ooh.
She's a
Oh.
master.
How'd she end up in
debater.
that situation?
But I will stand by that. You could cut out parts of Meryl Streep's story in Mamma Mia, and the movie would be the same. It would not be that effective.
She says that the whole movie is about the mother's relationship with the potential fathers. I would argue that the entire movie is about Amanda Seyfried looking for a
Good.
connection to the 3 fathers, based on her mother's
Yes,
relationship.
her
with those
mother's
fathers.
relationships with the fathers is
the driving force behind who is my father.
That's like saying
Sounds like a lot of work. to
Frodo's
watch.
not the main character. The Ring is, because the ring is the impetus for
Or
which
the
they're
argument
going.
that Gollum is the main character.
Yeah.
It kind of becomes the main character.
Yeah, see, it sounds a little silly when you say it that way, doesn't it, Wendy?
Nothing but love, absolutely. Nothing but love.
That's
you know this. We've had this conversation many times. I think it would be fun to have this conversation live and record it for the podcast.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about it, but I think it's a good idea. So anyway, sorry, that was a bit of an aside because I saw her pop up in chat. Okay, next dream casting.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what were some of the other like kind of early 2000s Marvel duds we talked about.
Let's talk about Blade. I
Whoa,
said
whoa,
in the car I didn't want to talk about Blade.
I'm not a nerd. I'm uncertain of this ring you speak of.
I'm uncertain.
Say what?
Hold on.
All you have to say Lord of the Rings. She'll
You're
know what
uncertain
talking
about who Frodo and the Ring are? Fuck
Potatoes.
Fuck the rest of this show.
Potatoes.
See, it all started when Iluvatar wrote the first song.
You've never seen, as much as you read, you have never read J.R.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Ring or The Hobbit?
This is a night where I am finding how disappointed I am in people I thought I respected.
She's also,
Now you have to watch.
I don't
Leonard
know if
Nimoy
she's ever
sing The
seen all
Hobbit.
the Star Wars movies.
Answer right fucking now in that
Star
chat.
Wars versus Star Trek.
If you've Star Wars versus Star Trek,
Ask her.
If Star Wars versus Star
I know
Trek,
her
and
answer.
know
Ask
that
her.
I might have to hunt you if you answer
To give you a
incorrectly.
hug.
No,
Star Trek all the way.
I hate you. I hate you, Wendy. I thought that you were someone I deeply respected. I've met you several times and thought to myself, that's a very intelligent human who I
Hey,
aspire
it's
to
not
be.
Attack Intelligence here.
No, she's still intelligent. I thought to myself, I aspire to be like you, and now I just pity you.
Can I send her a link, like in this chat?
Yeah, you're
for
signed
to
in as
YouTube.
the
Will it work?
Chris Pine over Elijah Wood any day. Hold on.
I
Is
agree.
your
That's
comparison
fine.
of
That's
Star
fine.
Trek Chris Pine?
Wait, hold on. So are you saying your Star Trek is better than Star Wars opinion is based off of the fucking J.J. Abrams movies? This is nuts.
Wow.
You know what? Fuck,
It's like I don't know you.
This
I
shows-
shared a home with you.
This show's running
and it's
late.
like I don't know you.
This show's running late. Get your ass over here. You got shit to answer for.
All right, no. Let's move on. Okay, Blade. So currently being reproduced with Mahershala Ali.
Yeah.
I love the casting. I don't know that I would change the casting.
No, not from Mahershala Ali.
I've loved Mahershala Ali since he was part of the 4400 back in the day on USA.
Yeah.
So I was kind of I was there when person with Mahershala.
Mm.
And I'm really glad to see his kind of meteoric rise because he was
Yeah.
kind of a smaller role
Yeah,
in
he
the
deserves it.
4400.
You know,
She's an OG girl. Okay, little respect back.
I do like Chris Pine a lot.
Who's the best Doc? Is it
best doc? Like Doctor Who?
no McCoy? on
Oh,
Star Trek?
I don't know enough about Star Trek.
Carl Urban or
Carl Urban always, because Carl Urban is
Carl
great.
Urban is pretty amazing.
Carl Urban's fantastic.
Leonard Nimoy and the whales in movie. Yes, when he's trying to curse, that's the funniest shit.
Do you know what?
Absolutely.
I don't remember Star Trek much, but my mom will go on and on about how I loved Star Trek with the whales because
Yeah.
I was a big fan of whales as a kid, and I would just all the time be like Star Trek with the whales. I have no idea what the movie was about.
Until your current partner, based on your dating history, you sure did. Never mind.
Wow,
Wow.
that was
This just kind of got out of control.
I know. Right?
wow.
Let's cut that in the edit.
Wow.
I'll
No,
amplify it.
leave it up,
Actually,
'cause we're
I'll
gonna-
add reverb.
I'm canceling him. We need that
Oh
evidence.
shit.
I'm taking you to Twitter.
Okay.
That's like
So
court.
for you, fan casting, are you sticking with
I
Mahershala, or
can't
do you
go
think
away
there's
from
another
Mahershala.
option?
I cannot navigate away from Mahershala Ali for that. That's come on.
Wendy, you've listened to every single episode of the podcast. That was the least rude thing that has ever been said. Trust me.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Mhm.
Tony
Wait, no.
Tony once said a horrible word. What was it? 37 times in one podcast?
17 times. It was not 37.
It was probably
That episode no longer exists.
Does she mean the right Leonard Nemo?
No, probably auto.
Another great crossover movie is in there.
Hey, stop it!
Ooh, a
stop
Star
it.
Trek.
You delete
And-
that. Ban
oh.
her from chat. I did not call your 12-year-old the C word. I just said it 17 times in the episode
Yeah,
because
it's
she
really
hated
it's
it.
really convenient that you can say you didn't do
All right.
that now that the episode's been deleted.
I'm gonna put a cut of that together.
No.
I have everything.
Is that like the Tom Cruise cut?
Yeah, I could do
It's
that.
just you going,
Cut,
"Pep,
cut,
pep,
cut,
pep, pep,
cut,
pep."
cut,
I did not. I did not call. Never mind. Moving on.
No.
Stop it, Chris. Moving on.
7 times.
Stop it. Moving on. Moving on. I said country. It's okay.
I
just
love my
happens to-
country. Sorry.
I love country music. What's
I
your
wasn't
favorite
I wasn't
country?
on that episode. That's when Tyler was still here letting things get out of hand.
Okay, moving on.
So okay, yeah, Blade. I think we're kind of leaving alone, right?
Yeah.
The fun. So here's another fun one to talk about though is like Daredevil, because then you've got Daredevil and
Ugh,
Elektra.
Ben Affleck with hair that doesn't get wet.
That's the
She's
thing.
not 12. She's 16.
now.
And
4 years after you traumatized her.
oh,
Anyways,
Jesus Christ.
so I think Daredevil's kind of an interesting one though, because there is already a successful recasting of Daredevil. with
I don't
Charlie
think it's
Cox.
interesting. I think we can look back and go, okay,
Nah.
Bullseye, Colin Farrell, pretty great.
Oh yeah,
Ben Affleck though as Daredevil. Who else are we gonna put? Let's look at it this way. In that era,
Mhm.
if we have our choice of actors, are we picking Ben Affleck again?
Man, it's kind of hard for me to remember who was big back then because I was just a child.
Fuck you.
Here, you go first on this one because that is actually I have to cast my mind back pretty far. I was like 7 when that movie came out.
No, but the point of the matter is, who were you casting as Daredevil in a movie, making that movie again?
I'm trying. Who's like a good someone that I like to see in kind of a fighty role.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what? What kind of just popped into my head, and it's because I saw this trailer the other day. Have you seen the trailer for Dev Patel's new movie, Monkey Man?
Bro, I'm so excited for that, and we have a screener for that in early April. I'm so excited for that.
So now I'm just sitting here thinking, like, man, I would love to see.
He's directing it and
Yeah.
and wrote it.
Yeah,
I'm so excited for that movie. I love Dev Patel.
yeah.
I've always thought he was a creative human being. I've watched many interviews with him and seen him talk about the movie making process.
Yeah.
So to see him make a movie, I'm super excited.
Having seen
It's like the Indian John Wick. I'm so stoked
Yeah.
for it.
having seen his skill now in that trailer and seen how good he is in a role like that, I can't help but think that what an MCU Daredevil led by someone with that kind of passion for it and who was able to pick up the fighting, because I think that's the thing is that it looked too fake in the original, and now I love the idea of it being someone who can actually pick up the skills.
Wendy, what's the guy's name who was in that movie you watched last night?
What's the overall plot?
It's got Sydney Sweeney in it. It's Amazon Prime. He was also in Top Gun Maverick.
Glenn Powell.
Yes. Glenn Powell for Daredevil. That would be my choice.
Glenn Powell,
Yep.
huh? He's
Yep.
gonna be in Twisters,
Yeah.
the sequel to Twister.
It's not a sequel. It's
Okay.
a remake.
The second in the
But
Twister series.
in modern era.
Yes.
So it's a reimagining
Okay.
of Twister.
Sure. I'm excited about that one.
So Viggo Mortensen. So here's the deal. I disagree. However, Viggo Mortensen is my dream casting for the next choice, The Punisher.
Oh,
I would have loved to have seen Viggo Mortensen as the Punisher.
like a history of violence kind of deal.
Yeah.
He's great in that too.
Yep.
Do you know? Fun fact: Viggo Mortensen is, I think, my mom's favorite butt in Hollywood.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
It's the only reason she likes the movie The Road.
Which is ironic because Aaron Eckhart and Viggo Mortensen have a very similar look. Viggo has a little bit more of a pronounced chin.
Yeah.
But they have a very similar look and build. And Aaron Eckhart played the original Punisher,
Oh yeah, that's
which
true.
was then also played by John Bernthal.
in the Netflix
who was
series.
great.
He's fantastic.
And who actually might make an appearance in Daredevil.
I really hope so. Viggo Mortensen, of course, best known for the Lord of the Rings movies, Wendy, because everyone's seen them.
Maddie, your question about Edward Norton's 2008 Hulk. So first of all, that has come back around to be canon, based on some of the more recent movies, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if I'm going to touch that because I think Mark Ruffalo has been a perfect Hulk Bruce Banner.
Yeah. Also, Mark Ruffalo's having a rough enough time with Marvel saying they don't want to do movies for him anymore. I don't want to recast that poor man.
Yeah. No, I think that Mark Ruffalo was the right choice for that.
Yeah.
role.
No, 100%.
Yeah. Oh, you were meaning as Edward Norton as Daredevil? Ooh.
Huh. I guess he has kind of that fight club.
Honestly, I could almost see Ed Norton as a Mr. Fantastic back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Like kind of a younger man. That one movie he did, Fear, with Richard Gere, where he played the altar boy that was abused.
Yeah.
Oh, he was so fucking good in that movie.
Yeah.
So good in that movie.
I would have loved a Daredevil with Ron Livingston.
Ron Livingston. What was the movie where he played a blind guy?
Office Space is the best, but yeah.
Oh, Wrong Ron. Okay. I was thinking the Ron from ER.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Okay, Ron Livingston as Daredevil.
Oh, it'd be great.
I don't know that I've ever seen him physical enough to think that he could play the Daredevil role.
I mean, they'll just CGI it, whatever.
Just get a stunt double.
Yeah.
That's what stunt doubles are for, Tony.
Yeah. I mean, but I think that really pretty much covers the pre-MCU Marvel movies.
There wasn't
we
a whole
can't
lot
touch
going
Spider-Man.
on. Yeah, I'm not.
We can't touch
Spider-Man's
Spider-Man
already. Marvel's already dream recasting
twice over,
Spider-Man
and
every
they've
fucking
done
year.
a great job with it.
Yeah.
Here's the one thing that I'm annoyed with, and we'll talk more about this after we've seen the movie.
Yeah.
Everyone's shitting on Madam Web. And
In the movie.
there was an article that I read where they're saying that the failure of Madam Web could cause issues with the next Spider-Man movie. It's not a Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
Spider-Man isn't in the movie.
No. It's
So
Spider
why are
adjacent.
But why are they putting the two of them in the same
She's part
category?
of the wider Spider-Verse, so I guess it's easy to like throw it in there. But I think, you know what? I don't know if this is like an eye roll moment or what, but it just seems like a classic moment of someone trying to be like.
I mean, comic book fans hate female-driven comic book movies.
And they're looking at the female-driven movie and going,
Yeah.
"Oh, you ruined the next man movie." Shut the
However,
fuck
I will
up,
say
God.
this, and this is probably the last comment, and then we'll move on to my little rant.
Yes.
Oh,
Um,
fancy.
Someone that I respect their opinion on movies, who would not shit on it because it's a female-driven superhero movie.
Alec.
No, not Alec. I actually haven't heard from that man for a year and a half.
Oh, really?
We
just went out to dinner.
They said it was terrible.
Who?
I don't want to say.
Okay.
So
Is it someone I know?
no,
Okay.
you've met them, but I don't think you know them.
Okay.
So
Okay.
So I'm intrigued. I'll watch it, but I want to form my own opinion on
Yeah.
it. All right. So let's have a conversation.
I was gonna say, do you want me to leave the table and you can have your heart to heart with the audience here?
I can zoom in on you.
Yeah.
Tony
so
Zoom.
they're listening. They're gonna listen to the podcast.
They're
they
listening
might
'cause
actually be
apparently
watching this live.
They're always fucking listening, apparently.
I was in. I am starting to get pissed already. I was in Arizona and I received the second such message from a studio representative that an organization local to Indiana, which is where we are based, had reached out to some studio representatives saying that Popcorn Tribunal was not considered journalism and that we did not deserve to be welcome at screenings.
Mm-hmm.
I know who sent the messages. I reached out to a member of this organization and I said, look, I'm not going to name names, but this needs to stop. We have worked our asses off for the last 5 seasons. We put out content that people like, and we have opinions, and we express them on a almost daily basis. We have had negative experiences with multiple members of this organization, and we have had positive experiences with very few members of this organization. We have attempted to become members of this organization, and without that organization affiliation, we are left out of screeners and award season stuff and even the Heartland Film Festival.
Mm.
And we have applied for membership to this organization so that we can be included in the award season stuff. Some of the smaller studio screeners that get sent around amongst the members of the group. And to hear for the second time that this had happened, I was pissed. I reached out to the group leadership, and they said that without identifying who the members were, they wouldn't do anything about it. In my opinion, that is a blanket statement opportunity. You send an email to every single member of your organization, and you say what you are doing is you are shitting on our organization and the face that you are putting on for our organization to these other people, as well as to the studios who give you the shit that you get to ride on. It's bullshit. It needs to stop. If you're hearing this right now, stop it. We deserve as much as you do. And I don't give a shit that we've called you guys film school dropouts. I don't give a shit that we've commented about your bullshit commentary after the Batman movie about, oh, it wasn't a comic book movie. No, it was the fucking Batman, and it was a great movie. But guess what? We heard every little bullshit statement that you made. We hear the little rumblings that you talk about us, and we don't give a shit. I'm done trying to affiliate with your association, and that will leave us out in the cold for some of these other things. But based on the number of downloads that our podcast gets, the number of people that listen to us, and the growth in awards that we've received, we are in direct contact with studios now. We don't have to deal with the studio executives, though we love our studio representatives, and we will continue to work with them. I don't have to kowtow to your organization. Blaha doesn't have to kowtow to your organization.
Hell no.
Stop talking about us and just fucking review your movies, man. That's what you're here for. That's what we're here for. We love movies. That's why we go to these screenings. That's why we have these conversations. That's why we talk about it. Why can't you do the same? And when I sent an email telling you that we were going to reapply for membership, and you sent me back a 12-paragraph email identifying every time on this podcast that we have said something negative about a member of your organization or about your organization, who the fuck does that in a professional organization? Your only concern should be, will these people lend credence to our organization? And guess what? If the answer is no, send us an email back saying, you know what, it's probably not the best thing for you guys to do. You do not have to identify timestamps in episodes and episode numbers where we mentioned the phrase film school dropouts. That's bullshit. It's childish. I'm over it. I'm done with your organization. We will continue to do what we do. That's all I have to say about that.
Hell yeah, man. I mean, I think the most ridiculous part of everything involving this organization, we're avoiding saying the name to not give them any more fucking ammunition for stupid bullshit.
Oh, they can clip this shit. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit, man.
The thing about it is that
I don't need to go sit on WRTV6 to be considered a film journalist. 2023 Movie Review Podcast of the Year. 2023 Film Podcast of the Year. Number 11 in the top 100 Good Pods Hollywood podcasts of 2023.
I think the most ridiculous part of it is the idea that, hey, they timestamp any time that we seem to have some kind of disagreement with a member of their organization. Not even every one of those timestamps was us disagreeing with a member of that organization. It was us making comments about people having unrealistic expectations.
We're a comedy podcast that talks about movies and comic books. When we say film school dropouts, it's simply indicating that you guys went to film school, and guess what? You want an artsy movie, and it's supposed to be a fucking comic book movie. That's funny shit. The Batman is not a serious fucking movie. It's a movie about a rich guy who dresses like a fucking bat and finds a guy who cut his face up as a child.
Yep.
Well, that's the Dark Knight.
That's a fucking comic, man. It's a fucking comic.
I know. I'm
Jesus
trying to break
Christ.
some of your attention because I love it.
So
serious. I think the idea that, that they come at this like, oh, well, no one talks. I mean, we literally hear in person members of this organization tell studio reps that we're clowns or we don't belong there.
Why are you sitting in the press seats? Because we're fucking press, dude.
Yeah. And so I think the idea that,
Dresses like a bat.
The idea that, you know,
We'll see you at the junkets in Chicago. Yeah, absolutely.
the idea that, you know, they kind of feel free reign to make comments about this. And by the way, for
How entitled do you have to be
yeah,
for someone to say, hey, I just want you to know we're probably going to be reapplying for membership to your organization. How entitled do you have to be to send an email back going, you probably shouldn't, and here's why.
yeah,
I'm fine with the you probably shouldn't.
yeah.
But when you say, and here's why, that means that someone has a fucking dossier. By the way, thanks for the listens. We appreciate it. That means you're actually listening to our podcast.
I think just for like reference on this too, we're not the only non-organization press members or podcast in the area who have this opinion of this group.
We're also not the only podcast. We're also not excluded because we're a podcast. I will clarify that. In the past, I have said that we were not recognized because new media is not recognized by the organization.
Sure.
Their statement back is that there's many members in the group that have podcasts. There's a difference.
Yeah.
Those people were writing reviews before they started their podcast.
Yeah.
We are a podcast. And in order to expand our footprint and in order to try and get Rotten Tomatoes inclusion, we brought on Jeffrey, who does all of our web editing and writing, and he's doing an amazing job. And he doesn't get any fucking recognition by any of you guys in order to be included in this organization when he's writing amazing reviews that you guys are more than welcome to ask us if you can publish on your sites. And we would say yes. What that offers us is the opportunity to get him inclusion as a Rotten Tomatoes recognized reviewer. And he deserves it.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I mean, I think it speaks volumes to how this group kind of operates because, like I said, anyone local who's independent, like an independent group like us or has a podcast, all have the same opinion, and it comes up a lot at screeners, and a lot of people.
There's a lot of people with similar opinions. They just keep quiet about it.
Yeah, they keep quiet about it, which I mean, I can't blame you for, because then you see the kind of weird vendetta this group has against anyone who says anything about them. But I think just, you know, again, since you're watching and we know
Or
you're
listening.
watching or listening, just know that
Wait, how
pretty
far
much
are we into the episode here?
Pretty far.
Timestamp 124.
Uh-huh.
Just
pretty
so you
much
have it.
pretty much anyone in the area who kind of moves in the
That was
circle,
Chris
operates
saying,
in
let's
this.
wrap
that-
this up. By
That's
the
the video stamp. The audio stamp will be different.
way. Okay.
We all know what you're like, and
It's not even that. I don't want to attack anyone personally. I will say this, and this will be the end of it for me. Stop talking shit about us to other
Yeah.
people. Stop going to studios and saying that we don't deserve to be there. We do.
yeah, and just stop looking.
Just stop. We don't care enough. This is the end of it for me. I will never apply for affiliation with this organization again. I don't need it. We don't need it. We're doing fine without you.
Yeah, and I think just in general, stop looking down on everyone at these like events
Yeah,
and
that
screeners
isn't
who aren't
you.
part of your exclusive little guild.
We'll see you at South by Southwest and Sundance and TIFF.
Yeah. I think I want to lean into it. I say we go to Sundance and we interview only the serious artsy movies dressed as clowns.
And ask them how they feel about film school dropouts.
Yeah. No, we'll call ourselves we'll do a new podcast.
Yeah, the film school
The-
dropouts.
No, the clown college or the clown school dropout. You know,
But here's the
yeah.
thing. I love movie making. I love movies. I don't want to mistreat the people that
and it's not fair to clowns.
I think
not.
that the actors and the writers and directors, they deserve the respect. So
Yeah.
I would never do something like that, though I understand what you're saying and the
Yeah.
point of what you're
Yeah.
trying to make.
Well, I get nervous if I have to show my true
Yeah,
self.
that's
So
true.
I'm wearing the clown.
You can just wear a
outfit.
hockey mask.
Yeah.
You can ignore Michael Myers in the background. So
But,
anyway,
you know, yeah.
that's
Anyways,
the last thing I'm going to say about it.
I look forward to the email.
I will
where you
probably
timestamp this.
comment a couple times about some shit that we hear at movie screenings, and I don't care what they have to say about it.
Yeah.
We will continue our rise to the top, and you guys can continue to settle with mediocrity.
And you got to know that if you say something ridiculous enough at a screener, I'm going to laugh at
We're
it.
gonna
And
talk
I'm going to
about it.
talk about it. Because some of the things I hear people say at these are nuts.
Are you ready for the dirty
We're gonna
looks at
climb to
next
the top.
screening?
Huh?
Are you ready for the dirty looks at the next screening?
Oh, yeah.
The best part is I'm going to know which one of the people listened to our podcast because of those dirty looks.
When
Look,
we both walk in there doing the...
yeah, that is the end. Thank you so
No,
much.
there's no music.
Season 6, Episode 1. Cue the music will come on shortly. Thank you so much for allowing me to get up on my soapbox a little bit. I think we deserve better. I think Michael deserves better. Chris deserves better. Chris has been doing this shit for free for 5 years. I mean, we have the best sounding independent podcast in the industry. Number 11 in the Good Pods Hollywood list. Number 11 from a podcast made in a house. When are we next live, G? Hey, Oozy Woozy. We are next live next week, Wednesday night.
Hell yeah.
Between 7 and 7:30. So thank you all for being here. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you to Coffee Dudes Coffee, Glitch Energy, Space Panda Delta, again for the next 24 hours, Panda 40 for 40% off of your Delta 8 and Delta 9 products. Yeah. Thank you for being here, guys.
We
love from New Zealand. Fuck yeah.
Oh,
Uzi,
shit.
that's
Hell
what's
yeah.
up. Thank you so much.
We're going to keep climbing to the top like Marky Mark.
Someone from New Zealand heard Wendy hasn't seen Lord of the Rings and they had to show up.
That's funny.
We love you all.
Wendy, we love you. You know this. It's all love.
And I do love you, but I will have
Maddie,
to fight
thank you so much for being here. Oozy Woozy
you,
over in New Zealand. Panda. I will get you some Panda for spring break. Yes.
Thanks for watching, Mom, Dad.
Have a great night.
And my aunt and uncle as well. Appreciate you all.
We'll see you guys later. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
We love you.
I'll let you know when I'm home, Mom.
Ooh, puppinthepepper.com. Go get your hot sauce.
Do it. High fives were passed all around.
Woo.
Woo. You look fired up?
I'm hot now. Like I'm
they took
sweating.
off their headphones. Now they can't hear me.
I was not even angry about it until I started talking about it. And then like
poor Chris is talking, but we took the headphones off. Keep going.
The reality is, like I said, we deserve better. And that's about it. So.
And now it's over. Good night, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye.